Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get the people in here, man. Let's share this out. Let's get lit. You know what I'm saying? As the old people would say, or the young people, depending on what I'm saying how how young or old you're trying to purport yourself. But we live. Get this. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Face enough. It's okay. Let's see. All right. Live. November the 2nd. It's your boys back again. Pay for play. Week 10. Again, this shit is going by fast. I know we took a week off last week, so we appreciate y'all. I had a lot of people hit me like, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Man, look, we off. Had a bye week. Sam had to go, you know what I'm saying? Go to hear some vows, you know what I'm saying? A fall wedding. I don't know if he should excommunicate that friend from his life because, in our territory, we don't do the fall weddings, man. You can't do a fall wedding. You gotta get married in the spring. Like get married in like May through like maybe early June. You know what I'm saying? It could be hot, but fuck it. You know what I mean? So
I did
it's cool.
August because I knew like half of my family wouldn't come. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta know when your friends are football fans. You gotta know when your family is football fans. You just come on. It's called social awareness. So
the
it is
good
what it
news
is.
was there was multiple TVs. So at the reception. So we were all locked in. It was all right. I caught a little heat for it, for maybe spending a little too much time. I mean, when your team plays in the biggest game of the season, you kind of just
Yeah.
gotta take one. You're gonna get bitched at, but you just had to do it. Just
It's
be
for the
ready for
greater
that fight
good.
later.
It's for the greater good, no doubt about it.
Hmm.
So but we're all doing great. Pay for play, like I said, week 10. Sam, you doing good. Sosa, Los Doyers, Los campeones del mundo. Shout out to all my Mexican Dodgers
What up, Uncle
fans.
John? We was broken starving, huh? They tried to.
That's my favorite video, bro.
We're
I love
back.
D Waiters, bro.
Oh my God. I'm a champion. They tried to hate on Champ Cheese. Call me Champ Cheese.
Remember who's dead, broken starving, huh?
Yeah, we're that broken starving, huh? I'm a champion. It feels amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels amazing also seeing Sam with the IU gear every week. Just like
Yeah, man.
it's like it's like when you're the Homer Simpson meme, like
And
when
he
you
goes
see
into the
him loses,
bushes.
you like disappear into the bush,
Oh, come on! I mean, LSU doesn't even play today, dog.
and then you just pop in with. Listen,
Yeah,
I don't know if
man.
you get this, but I'm gonna give you shit all the time. I know your mom's an alum and you went to school there too, but it's like it's just fun because we know how dedicated you are to LSU.
I
We know
know if they're not
we
playing
know how
today,
much
why
you
can't I
truly
rep?
love them. It's, I'm just I just have to do it, man. I'm sorry.
Fun.
I got
I've
to.
I've got it twice on the show because I was going out immediately afterwards for the
Gonna
wife's
keep
birthday,
going. I'm gonna
and
keep going.
then this week this week LSU doesn't play. I mean, I'm gonna rep.
There we go. There we go. Seamless
I can dig it,
transition, man.
man.
What's good,
Assembly
Alex?
Hall's about to be filled. Y'all about to have some big recruits coming to Indiana basketball too. People
Yeah, okay.
doing a damn good job of getting people to pull up for basketball too. So the football program just being good is just like an added bonus. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm going to the Michigan game next week. It's gonna be fun.
There we go, man. Who's yours, man? We out here. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We got still people filing in, so we appreciate y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like button. You got to collapse the comments and chat to hit the like button. It's the thumbs up, not the heart. If you're on YouTube, you can also scroll your phone, do what you need to do, and still listen to us in the background. So pop your headphones in, clean the bathroom. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the truck drivers, the people that I got to work on Saturdays. Anybody out there who's locking in with us. We appreciate it. So we'll go ahead because we missed 2-week reviews. We missed week 8 review, and we missed, obviously we didn't, pull up for week 9. So we got to review that too. We all know where we're starting and who we're starting with. So I'll give you the 4, brother. Marcel Reed came in like Tua, like Jalen Hurts
Is
in
that
the
his
SEC
name?
championship game.
That's his
Marcel
name?
Reed. Yes, that's the brother's name, Marcel Reed.
That's why I
And-
tuned in to Paid for Play.
There we go. A lot of people are going to argue he shouldn't have lost his job because he had the team going. Offense was buzzing. There really wasn't no let up with him on, the squad. So how are you feeling, Sam? I mean, just talk to me, man. How you feeling, brother?
It's fine. I mean, there's no real excuse for how we played. I mean, we came out and absolutely dominated the first half, and we were only up 10. And in a game like that, it's kind of like the Ole Miss LSU game. You let a team at home in a rocket environment like that just hang around, make mistakes that are eventually going to come back and bite you in the ass. I mean, LSU had 3 missed field goals, and that's not even including a botched snap where they snap the ball with the holder looking the other way. And then you throw 3 second-half interceptions to give the backup quarterback a short field on all of them. Like, that's a very clear recipe to lose a game on the road in the SEC. And, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put the game on coaching really because I can understand you not preparing or spending most of your week preparing for a backup quarterback. You literally did your job so well in the first half and to start the second half that they had to bring in the backup quarterback. Like if Wegman is out there spinning it and kind of keeping them in the game a little bit and driving them up and down the field and they're just not getting points, sure. Like I think LSU wins if Connor Wegman plays that whole game. But I mean, you bring in Marcel Reed, who's a great athlete and hit some passes that he needed to. But I mean, they were that environment. They were just feeding off that environment, and Nuss did absolutely nothing to help. He threw some of the worst passes I've ever seen. I didn't even see the first interception because I was out there on the dance floor at the wedding. But yeah, it was just like a snowball effect. Just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and you can't overcome that. So I mean, it's fine. Like you're still in a spot to make the playoff. Like if you went out likely in the playoff, you can still potentially get in the SEC championship game. So yeah, your season's still alive. Everything's still in front of you, but yeah, there's just no margin for error now. And if Nuss is going to keep throwing these stupid ass interceptions, we're not going to go anywhere. So.
Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of Brett Favre in that kid. Like he can make some amazing throws, but he's going to have some of those, bruh. Yeah,
I think I said before the season, whenever we were doing our preview, if Nuss is single-digit interceptions, LSU's in the playoff. I believe he's at 9 now. So you can't keep making these big mistakes and big moments. And yeah, I mean, so yeah, it was tough to watch because you hadn't seen like that bad of a performance out of him. But if that's his worst game, I'll take it. Just move on to the next game and keep winning. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's at 9 interceptions, 20 TDs, 2,600 yards on the season. So, I mean, I can't say it's a bad season from him at all because he's done what he's needed to do. It's just some of these moments where it's just like, again, he's got that Favre in him. So I'm hopeful that y'all can turn it around. I mean, you got probably the biggest game. Not even probably. This is the biggest game of the season next week when the Tide pull up. So we'll definitely be locked and loaded on that next week. But we'll get to Sosa. I mean, do y'all not respect the troops? Like, what's going on? Like, what's are you not American? Like, what's going on with y'all? What was that?
We were sanctioned by the Catholic Church, brother. We're bigger than the armed forces. We got God.
Oof. It was true. You got Jesus overlooking the stadium.
Now we got his mom.
That's true. Shout out to Mary.
Yeah,
Real one.
listen, bro. We're right where I told you we would be. Obviously, the North Illinois loss wasn't on my bingo card. However, at the end of the day, I think that everything that I thought was going to happen is happening. The offense is getting much better. Riley Leonard's much more comfortable throwing the ball down the field. He's not a liability putting the ball in the air. I do wish that Ben didn't get hurt. I'm sick about Ben. I'm really, really sick about Ben getting hurt. I'm not going to lie to you. That really hurt me because, he's arguably the best player on the defense. He's obviously the highest rated pro prospect on the team. Him going out really hurt me. But when you look at Notre Dame's roster, Marcus Freeman, I'm going to say this, and no one can actually argue with me, is the best defensive recruiter in America since Nick Saban and Kirby Smart. And I'm outside of those two, none of them, because Harbaugh's gone, right? Harbaugh put a bunch of defensive guys in the league, give him that. But keep in mind that since Marcus Freeman has been at Notre Dame 3 seasons, they've put a player in the NFL at every single position except quarterback. On the defense, they put multiple defensive backs, multiple linebackers, multiple defensive linemen in the last 3 years in the NFL, and it's just become a factory. And this is also what you'll notice. We are so good at developing players, right, that 2 years in a row, we went and got the number 1 quarterback in the portal. And don't tell me Cam Ward was the number 1 in the portal, because Cam Ward declared for the draft first. So he wasn't even an option for other schools. And what also makes us getting Leonard more impressive is the fact that Elko took the job at Texas A&M. And he could have easily just went with him. And Connor Wegman would have had to have gone.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
No,
I think Wegman might turn into a prospect because he's got talent. Don't get it fucked up. Wegman's got talent. It's about developing it and him getting better, right? And we haven't really seen him take that leap or that jump. Milroe's taken a bit of a jump, but then he's kind of had some setbacks throughout the season, right? If we're talking about that. But as far as we go, I am encouraged about everything I see on both sides of the ball. Losing players on defense sucks, but the offense is getting better. The defense is – I'm not worried about the injuries. I think system is huge. We got the best defensive recruit in the country outside of maybe Kirby Smart now. And you can't even argue with me. I just told you why. So, I'm just excited, bro. The team continues to win. They continue to get better on both sides of the ball. I'm just praying for health and opportunity because I know we obviously are, because of our schedule, we can't be top 4. So we have no chance of having, an opportunity to have a bye or be in the conversation. It's just not going to happen. We know that. Everyone knows that. The highest we can get is 5. So the goal right now is to maintain that. And also we got the Texas A&M now as the best loss in the country. And we have, now that they're top 10 in America, our win against them is a top 5 win. They're top 10 in the country right now, and they're trending up. Mm-hmm. That's the only win that you would say is better on the board right now is Oregon over Ohio State. So I'm gonna stop talking about us, though. I feel like we talked a little bit too long about Notre Dame. I mean, we knew we were going to be good.
Yeah, and y'all are in the spot that you need to be right now. I mean, obviously you want to be sitting there undefeated, so maybe you can be in the top 7, 6, but you know what I'm saying? It's not a bad spot to be in if you're Notre Dame. So I definitely think the whole season is ahead of y'all. What's good, J Mick? And yeah, I mean, it's a good place to be in. So hopefully, everybody is excited out there in Indiana, but we'll go ahead and get into the slate. But before we do, we forgot, and my thing is the downfall of the Alabama Crimson Tide. It warms my heart. We didn't get to comment on the loss to Tennessee. I mean, I just think that the offense is a little simple at this point. It was kind of difficult to pick up at first, but now it's not really a lot of variations. Kalen DeBoer has never been a guy who was very complex in what he called, and he's not going to hit you with, a crazy scheme, but he's going to depend on his guys, the talent on his roster to execute, his plays. So
I'm
loving
it. I gotta say this, okay? And I said it before the season, and I was completely ready to give Kalen DeBoer the benefit of the doubt. Kalen DeBoer has had one quarterback play under him at the highest level. It's Michael Penix. He had Penix at IU. He got the job at Washington, right? Penix went with him. When you go to scheme, like you just said, right? Michael Penix was the most accurate quarterback outside of Bo Nix, obviously, in America last year, game to game. And he executed that offense so well. I think what's happened with Jalen Milroe is the same thing we've seen happen with Nico, where we saw them perform against bad teams, and we start getting excited. We think Milroe, damn, he's got it figured out. He fixed what he's not good at, and it's not true. He's just gotten a little bit better at it. He hasn't become a high level pocket passer. He can make the reads. He can't make all the throws. He just simply cannot. He's not. And the defense ain't as good as people want it to be either. The defense is very average. Yes. Maybe below average, if we're being honest.
It's below average.
Right. For SEC standards, it's below state. Below.
For Alabama standards, it's bad. It's really bad.
Bad for Alabama.
It's almost as bad as LSU's. But that's another conversation.
Over next week. Over.
Yeah, I listen. Who would have thought that both their defenses just wouldn't be good? I could have told you before the season LSU's defense was going to be bad because we didn't get anybody or really. And then our personnel is not good. Then you lost HP week 2,
week 4. But I mean, they've been playing better. They're way better than.
But you lost them. You lost them before you played any of the good games or any of the big games. So that's huge. I'm not gonna lie. Losing your best athlete or best player on defense.
I know, but they played better after.
Perkins. Yeah, they have. Now, last week was that situation where they kind of showed. Okay,
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that if he was on the field, he would have impacted games.
Oh, there are people that genuinely believe in LSU's fan base that the defense got better because Perkins is out. I'm not one of those idiots.
Okay,
so. I acknowledge that they have played better, but I don't think that I just think that's the scheme coming along and them being able to play better. But I'm not going to fault them last week for literally playing so well in the first half that they had to change quarterbacks and they just got a look that they weren't used to. So I'm going to say their defense is fine if they don't get spotted at the 30-yard. They don't have to start every fucking drive at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was rough last week, but we'll go ahead and move on to this week. And we'll start in Fayetteville, Arkansas with Woo Pig and the Rebs. Okay, so Trey Harris, game time decision. Thamel was saying that even if he does play, he's going to be very limited in his snaps. So I don't know if, that's a good sign for Ole Miss, should I say. Ole Miss is looking kind of mediocre. I mean, they started hot, but I mean, that's against some teams that they're clearly better than. I mean, they have Wake Forest on here. Like, they got Georgia Southern on here. Like, there's a bunch of teams where we saw them put up points and everybody's like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? They're a great team. Nah, they're not that great of a team. They have struggles running the ball. Did y'all know that they have not scored over 20? Let me see this. I think they haven't scored. That's why my official play is their team total under 30 points this week, because against an SEC team this year, they have not scored more than 30 points at all. And they've scored over 40 in the rest of their games, and, those games are against Middle Tennessee State, Furman, Southern, like I said. So, it makes sense, but at the end of the day, like, I'm just not impressed with this football team. And I don't think where they're sitting right now, they even have a chance to get back into the first team out territory, to be honest with you. So, Sam, how are you feeling about Ole Miss going to Arkansas? Sneaky line, 7.5. A lot of people probably going to be Arkansas, but how are you feeling?
Yeah, I think everything says take Arkansas in this spot, which is exactly why I'm going Ole Miss. I don't know. I think they know exactly where they're at in the season. They have to win next week, and I don't think they can, but like that's what it's going to come down to. They have to beat Georgia at home, and I think their defense is playing well enough to where their offense doesn't have to give them as much, but like they're going to need that to take that next step, like we're talking about. I don't is Arkansas's running back still out? I know he hurt his ankle against LSU. I don't know if he's playing or not.
Let me check on that.
But I don't think Taylor Green's going to be able to have that much success against this defense. I think their Ole Miss's defensive front is better than LSU, and LSU was able to give them fits all game. So I think with the defensive front Ole Miss has, I think they're going to be able to kind of slow this game down, maybe lean under in this one. I'm not sure what the total's at. I didn't really look into it. But yeah, I would say more of a defensive battle. Maybe Ole Miss stalls out some drives. They can't run the ball. It looks stagnant without Harris out there for them, but I think the defense comes up big for Ole Miss, and they're able to maybe pull away late.
Yeah, I like the full game under. Jaquindon is not playing, by the way. So and the numbers at 54, like I'm taking that. That's how I feel. So how you feeling about this one?
I got nothing, man. You already know I don't fuck with Kiffin. I hope he loses.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
I don't fuck with Kiffin. I've made that decision. I just don't fuck with him, bro.
Yeah, and
I think he does it for the gram. He's one of them do it for the gram ass people who wants the viral moments. He's a fucking clown. Him and Lincoln Riley should be sanctioned somewhere. They suck. They both fucking suck. They're both overrated. They both.
What's hilarious is Florida's going to hire him.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's gonna listen. They're neither of them are gonna have a problem ever getting a job because one's got the Bob Stoops like knighthood, which I didn't know got you everything you wanted in fucking life. I didn't know that until like now I know it. If Bob Stoops says you're the flavor of the week, you can get whatever you want for at least 10 years. I've never seen nothing like it. Kiffin sucks, but the link. Oh my God, holy Jesus. So yeah, I just used my 2 minutes there to just shit on Lane Kiffin and say I hope he loses. That's all I got.
Yeah, and I laughed at his comments this week because they were very funny. We'll listen to them here because he's a funny guy.
I think that's proven over time in NFL and college. Playing at night in electric atmospheres is a home field advantage, and tough when you got to do that as a opposing team. So that's been proven for a long time. And so who win at night? LSU gets to play at night again, I guess. Shocker. So that's 2 for 2 for them. It is an advantage. I feel bad for our fans, to not have one night conference game. Is really unfortunate for them.
Probably because you have the shittiest stadium in the SEC, dog. Shut up.
Whatever. It's just really disappointing, but
he's so
the
funny.
Vaught is a joke compared to all the other stadiums in the SEC. It is not a home field environment. If it was a real home field environment like LSU is, Ole Miss or ESPN would be wanting to put that in prime time against Georgia, but it's fucking not. It's a joke.
Oxford, huh? Oxford's a fucking cakewalk, bro. Fuck that place.
I mean,
it's easy. It's not hard to go in there and win a game. Kentucky went in there.
It's tougher to win in Starkville.
Yeah, with the fucking annoying ass cowbells ringing in your ear every
day. They fans got like some soul to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then Ole Miss.
Look at the way those fucking douchebags tailgate.
I pray on his downfall weekly.
I mean, look, I can't give you any credit when your mascot is a Confederate Army general. Anyway, I mean, look, we won 2 championships in a row. Oof. And didn't get a night game. I don't know what you want me to say, bro. Like it's about the atmosphere. It's about your team actually being good. Let's start there too. Like they're gonna flex you out that 7:30 spot if you have 2 losses and you're number 19 team in the country. They don't want to see that in prime time. They want to see the big dogs. So stop complaining, Lane. Right.
Also, if like I think LSU is going to get more night games going forward, and that sucks for Lane because ESPN's got that and that contract, and they're not going to fucking want to put them at 3:30 like CBS did all the time.
Hell no. Fuck no. I mean, some of the 3:30 CBS games, even though we miss it for the SEC, some of them 3:30 games was some bullshit too. So, like, come on, bro.
Like
you'll be
LSU,
all right.
Florida, whenever it was like Tebow and like the Jacob Hester game, that game being at 3:30 is a joke.
Yeah, man, you're supposed to put those games at night. So, look, get your players and team right and get your environment right, and maybe you can play post 5:30 Central. So, we'll see. But that's what I got. The number is actually going up. It's at 54.5. I still like the under. I like Ole Miss's team total under 30 as well. So we'll move on to the team that we were talking about at the beginning of the show. The Texas A&M Aggies are going to Columbia, South Carolina. They got 3 points. I can see why this line is the way it is. I know a lot of people are kind of confused. South Carolina's defensive line, I mean, we've talked about them all year. They're amazing. They've got some guys that are going to definitely play on Sundays. So they're strapped there, but their quarterback situation is not great. I mean, Lenoris, even though I feel like he has had some good moments this year, I just still think he's not up to par. I mean, there's a lot in this offense that still can be unlocked. I mean, they got a guy that's named Rocket, who's not really fast. So it's a lot.
The slowest running back in the SEC.
Yeah, man. Like why is his name Rocket? I don't understand. Maybe he had an injury or something. I don't.
Maybe when he was at Arkansas, he was 25 pounds lighter. Sure, but now he's like 245.
Yeah. So you muted.
What's his last name?
Sanders.
Rocket Sanders.
Mm-hmm. Are you slow? I don't know.
He's back to Raheem Sanders now.
You want to know the funny part?
What?
I think we got a live dog.
Okay. All right. Well, tell me
more.
more.
Live dog with South Carolina this week. I know it sounds crazy, but dog, Texas A&M is a play to your competition team. They just are, in my opinion. I like Elko. I love the whole taking shots at Jimbo Fisher. Anytime a coach can take shots at Jimbo Fisher, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We are a real program. And this motherfucker addressed the recruits directly. That was kind of gangster. I can't lie, because coaches don't usually do that, right? Like they don't. I mean, they'll do it, but it won't, not the way he did. If you're a recruit and we got a real. The shit here is real. I don't believe it's real yet, but I will say this: we never seen Jimbo Fisher develop talent at anywhere he's been. He's been able to recruit really well, and he gets on his knees every night and thanks God for Jameis Winston. I believe he does that every day of his fucking life. Because without that man, he has nothing, absolutely nothing to even phone home about or call his kids, nothing. Like, he should have a statue of Jameis Winston at his house. I'm dead fucking serious. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even joking. And also, I wanted to use a couple seconds to say, listen, Elko's the real deal. As far as a college coach, he's the real deal. He is. For him to come in there and get full, like, attention from everybody involved, and to have them operating even with the quarterback limbo, because to me, that's the hardest thing in college football. When you don't have a starting quarterback or a star quarterback or a quarterback that you can lean on every single game, when you have to figure it out week to week, that's difficult, bro. That's super difficult, bro. When you have no continuity at the quarterback position, you might have athletes on the field and you might be able to get good in the trenches, but it's like a continuous situation. Listen, today, I think we got a live dog. I think that you can, if Texas A&M scores first, I think it's a good live bet spot to take South Carolina. I like South Carolina to fight all game long. Line's actually 2.5 on major books now. So
okay,
we got some more action on South Carolina, but again, huge time for South Carolina, and they tend to rise to the occasion in these games when they're playing a top 10 team, especially under Beamer. So I think we got a live dog, but again, I think it's more of a live bet spot than a pregame one.
They
I
tend
feel
to
you.
rise to the occasion and then come up short.
Yeah, look, that was last week, so that's probably why this line is the way it is. And I just realized 8 of their 12 games this year have been in the state of Texas. I know they had the game against Arkansas in Jerry World, but they only got 4 true road games like all year. So the schedule was pretty favorable for them, and we're going to see them tested today. So Sam, how are you feeling about the prospect of them winning today?
If it was Jimbo on the sidelines, I'd be all over South Carolina. But I, like Sosa said, I think I like Elko and what he's building, and I think he's a true coach who will have his team ready to play. And I don't trust South Carolina's offense to score enough points in this one. They're going to need if like Beamer ball is going and they get some crazy special teams plays, that's the way they win this game. But I think if Reed is out there, and as he should be, because he's the better of the two quarterbacks, and just makes your offense extremely more dynamic than with Wegman in the game. So
Well, you made a great point actually at the beginning in regards to the LSU game. When you game plan for one guy and you practice all week to see a guy who's not going to be running, and then a guy who's the complete opposite skill set comes into the game, I don't think people realize like that is fucking impossible.
And you have to adjust. You
immediately adjust to.
Yeah, they had to make an adjustment, and then Nuss was throwing a pick in one play, and they're back out there. Like, it's impossible to make that adjustment in the middle of the game.
Because you go from, okay, listen, guys, we're going to run cover 3 and quarters and do stuff in the back end coverage wise. Now you bring in a mobile quarterback. You don't know who to commit to him on play to play. You don't know. You're going to have to go man a lot more. You're not going to be able to spam zones in the back end because you have to account for the quarterback now and change. It just changes your because and you didn't practice it at all week. You didn't practice that at all. Wegman can move a little bit, but he's not the kid. He's not this kid. So you got an immediate change of pace. And I think that South Carolina having a week to prepare for that changes the way you're approaching. Because everybody's like, oh man, he's just going to go do that to South Carolina. Well. No, that's not how it works. If you game plan for it all week, you have a better idea of what you're going to get if the mobile quarterback's going to be the guy. So I think that what you look for is you look for them to probably be a little bit more explosive like they were last week. But you got to think that South Carolina is going to be a little bit more ready for it than
But
LSU.
I think they're still committing to Wegman starting.
Yeah, I don't know how long that'll last, bro. This feels like and I'm not comparing him to Caleb Williams, but it feels like just that situation where like the athletic quarterback just is better. He's just better. And
I'm not saying
a better chance to win. I think that Elko will realize that. I really do.
Yeah, they need to play him. Like that's what makes their offense the best this season. Like going forward is Reed in the game and Wegman on the bench, not alternating them in and out and having a 2 quarterback system type of deal. But yeah, I believe in A&M to make necessary or just make the plays that they need to make. Like it's not Jimbo on the sidelines anymore. They're not going to be like, I understand they're coming off a very emotional win, but I mean, South Carolina has showed time and time again that they can get up for these games, but they just come up short. And I think they find a way to do that again because I don't trust their quarterback against A&M's defensive front.
Right. Exactly. For sure. No, I think this is going to be a good game to watch. This is a night game. The cockpit is going to be rocking. It's no longer Cocktober, so, maybe they fall short, but, it is what it is. What did I say? What happened? Anyway, let's go to where I want to be at. The cocktail party, baby. There's going to be a lot of alcoholism afoot in Jacksonville, Florida today. There's going to be binge drinking. There's going to be, if you've never been to Jacksonville, Florida, man, it's the epitome of the state of Florida right there. Like, if you want to see what Florida is, you can see every single demographic of Florida in Jacksonville. So the cocktail party, the second to last one in Jacksonville for the next 2 years. They did announce that it's going to be here in 2026 in Atlanta, and then they're going to Tampa in 2027 while Everbank Stadium gets their renovations.
Play it on a fucking campus.
Look, now I want it. I do want that, Sam. I do. But they know, the ADs knew, if y'all let Kirby and Billy and his replacement get a taste of having that home field game on the game, it's never going to go back to Jacksonville.
And
It's
his
just not.
replacement is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's be real. Like,
Yeah.
they've got a gauntlet. We know, we've talked about it.
They
all
look
off-
better, but they're just starting that gauntlet, dude.
Yeah, like it's just getting revved up. So, again, I feel the price gouges already on that 2026 game, and it's 2 years away. But we got a Georgia team who was off last week. Florida absolutely just hit Kentucky over the damn head. And I really, Sam, I'll be honest with you, I wanted to take Florida in that game too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. Because Kentucky's just seem to be sputtering, and our 1 point win against them early in the season is looking worse and worse. But regardless, 14-point favorite, 14.5 point favorite are the Dogs. It started at like 17 earlier in the week, or 16.5. So we'll start with Sosa on this one. How are you feeling about this Florida Georgia matchup?
Belt to ass. That's it. That's all. I don't have too much to say. Billy's gone. Everyone knows it. Georgia lost their one game of the year. We're back to smooth sailing, man. It's first half, full game. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know what's about to happen. It's like, come on. This line should be like 23.5.
Well, look, I'm about to pull up the history.
I swear to God.
Because the history is really what, kind of tells a story. So we're going for 4 wins in a row this year. But let me read you some of the scores, because every single game, whether it was on, Florida or Georgia, based on this line, the line has been covered. Last year, 43-20. Year before, 42-20. Year before that, 34-7. And it got us in 2020 in the COVID year, 44-28. But the last 4 matchups have been within this number. So
the line should be 23 points.
Yeah, well, the only thing is we got Ant Evans, another fucking Georgia receiver, hurt. He's not going to play. But I'm not really too concerned, because we get our full offensive line back for the first time since Kentucky. Like, we're going to have Tate Ratledge back. He's probable to play. We do lose another receiver, but if you look at that Florida injury report is a laundry list. No Eugene Wilson today. Montrell Johnson is out. They've got Lagway starting. And even though I like DJ Lagway, we all know what they're doing by splitting time with him with Graham Mertz. Obviously, Graham tore his ACL, so he's not going to play. But for as good as DJ has looked in moments, he's got 5 TDs, he's got 5 interceptions. And him to throw an interception today is minus 185.
You know where he'll be running to, right?
Where?
Colorado.
Transfer portal.
Look, I can see him. I can see him with Deion.
He's gone. Are you kidding me? No fucking chance DJ Lagway's there next year. He's gone. No way he stays there. He's out. He'll be the number 1 quarterback in the portal. Someone will go somewhere. He's out. There's no way Lagway there's next year. And everybody knows it.
Yeah, man. I
could get a nice $5 million bag from Michigan, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Because they're not gonna get Bryce Underwood, so
no. They're trying.
Underwood's going to LSU, right? And he going to LSU?
Yep, he is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's pretty loud.
So I've heard.
So with this game, I mean, obviously I'm with Sosa. I would take first half. I would take full game. I took it at 16. If you get it at 14.5, I would take it. But official play is going to be the Trevor Etienne revenge game. His rushing yards are at 79.5. I took the over on that. Florida is the 94th ranked run defense in the country. And this guy is playing against a team who basically shafted him last year. I mean, he did have some issues putting the ball on the turf. I think he's cleaned them up. And I think Kirby is a guy who is a player's coach. He's going to want for his guy to perform against his former team. But enough of me. Sam, you got any comments on this game?
Yeah, I'll take Georgia minus 14.5. I'm a little scared just because Georgia hasn't covered a big number all season, really. I think is Texas the only game you all have like won against the spread?
Yeah, well, we weren't. I think Texas was 2.5. So that.
Yeah, I understand,
that
but that's the only cover you all have, right?
No, Clemson too. We covered Clemson.
Oh yeah,
game too.
Clemson. I did bet them that one. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think Florida, they're too injured. I also like the over in this one. I don't trust Florida's defense at all. I think Georgia will put up their points, and then I trust DJ to make a couple big plays. Maybe late in garbage time, but yeah, at 14.5, I like this number. I think this is outside of a 2-possession game at the end of it. So yeah, give me the dogs and give me an over.
Okay, I like that. All right. Oh yeah, we got it's a done deal. We got Bryce Underwood in the LSU garb, so he's cooked, man. Michigan, just stop it, man.
Yes.
Okay.
You see this shit? You see what I sent you? His counselor posted a photo.
Yeah, I mean, we're not big on recruiting on the show, but this is the number 1 quarterback in the class. He committed in January. He hasn't gone to a single other campus the entire season. He's only gone to LSU's campus. He's coming to LSU again before he commits or before he signs. And the fact that Michigan thinks they can – he's literally been on interviews stating, like, look who Michigan has put in the NFL and, like, just laugh at it. So
either one, man. Everybody knows. He's gonna be the best quarterback recruit that's ever that Brian Kelly's ever gotten.
Yeah,
100%.
Easily. So, all right. Anything else on Florida, Georgia? I think this one is. I mean, come on, man. Let's be real. It's the Gators. 4 in a row, baby. All right. Now we'll get to the biggest matchup of the day. This being a noon game is absolutely terrible. It's bad for the sport. It's bad for our health. But we'll talk about it regardless. Ohio State at Penn State. 2 football teams who we think hate their coach. Like, genuinely, we think they hate their coach. So it's hard to pick this one, in my opinion. I did pick it, but it was hard to pick it. Ohio State is favored by 3. They've got the offensive line issues. They've got issues on, a lot of the – I don't know. I just feel like with what they have going on right now, I think this is a big spot for them to show up. But then again, like, Penn State's defense is really good. Like, so I don't know how to feel on this one. Sam, you go first. How are you feeling?
I feel like the rat just got like caught in the trap, man. I'm going Penn State plus 3. And I hate it because there's data on James Franklin. I think Ohio State, he's won 1 game. I think against the spread, they're like 1-9 in top 5 matchups, top 10 matchups. He's like Harbaugh before he got the monkey off his back. And if you're not going to win today, when is it going to be? Like, this is probably the best Penn State team we've seen in years. I don't know that it's going to get much better for them after Aller's out, and they don't really have a quarterback recruit waiting in the wings or anything. So with the offensive line issues and that defense and a rocket home environment, I think Penn State, like, this is their best chance. It's kind of like we've talked about, like that Tennessee previously against Alabama. Like, if not now, when? It feels like one of those moments for Penn State. So I'm gonna go with the home team. And why can't you just do a whiteout in the middle of the day? Like, why can't you do that? Why does it have to be at night to do a whiteout? That doesn't make any sense to me.
It's got to be at night. It's got to be at night, bro.
I know, but why?
Because it's like, the night with the white, and I don't know.
Just wear white.
With the white?
You can just wear white
Your folks
anytime.
came up with it, bro. Your folks came up with it. I don't know. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah. I get it. I thought I got it, but now you've kind of changed my perspective.
Like, if it's a big game and you want it to be the big game and you want that environment to be like that, just make it today.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, I genuinely think that Ohio State gets this one personally. I mean, James Franklin, he just can't get over the hump with Penn State, and I got them covering that 3. Maybe it's like a 24-20 game, like a 26-20 game type of thing. If Aller wasn't like banged up a little bit, I would be more inclined to take the 3 with Penn State. But with him being a little banged up, I don't know how healthy he is. Obviously, everybody's going to be like, "Oh, we look great in practice," but we don't really know how he looks at 100% full speed with this Ohio State defense running at him. And we can agree that Ohio State secondary has been incredibly disappointing this year, but Penn State's receivers don't scare me at all. So I think they'll be fine on that end. It's going to be stopping the run and controlling that and making either Drew Aller or the kid that's a backup throw the ball. So I took Ohio State -3. I think that's a pretty confident bet for me. So that's just how I feel about it. And obviously, whoever wins this game is going to have the gateway to the Big Ten championship. So, I think Ohio State gets it. I don't think they miss out on Indy. So, this is what it is. Y'all got anything else on this one? All right, and we apologize for the stream on Twitter. I'm trying to get it fixed, but
it's not just us.
Oh, it's everybody?
Yeah, it was the whole thing. All the live videos got fucked up on the app. So and what happens now is that you'd have to restart it to do it. So it's on you. They gotta join us on YouTube. That's the thing. It's nothing we can do.
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is. The game is the game.
Yeah, join us on YouTube. We can
Come on, Elon.
See it on YouTube. Yeah, I know. I know that guy. Anyway, all right. So let's get into best bets. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'll happily go. All right, today we are on. Hold on, where's this one? We're on 5 plays, 5 college football plays. College basketball soon come, by the way, soon come. And those plays are Michigan +7.5 first half. I'm taking my chances on the West traveling team being a little sluggish in the first half. Noon start, 9 a.m. Oregon start. I'm banking on that. Kind of like the same thing that happened to USC, but not because Oregon's more talented than USC. Then I don't think Oregon loses, but I think they compete first half. I'm going Clemson -10.5. I like them at the crib to handle business against Louisville. I like Ohio State's team total over 25.5. I think that their defense is vastly overrated, and their offense is going to need to put up points for them to win. And then my final play is going to be the Miami Hurricanes first half team total over 20.5.
Okay.
That's what I'm on. That's what we're liking, and that's what we're rocking with today. You already know.
Michigan's at 3:30, by the way.
Oh, they're the broad game.
It says 12 Eastern on FanDuel.
Michigan?
Oregon.
I thought
it says 3:30 on DraftKings right now.
Yeah, mine says 12 too on my. Oh no, that's wrong game. Yeah, it's 3:30. Yeah, it's 3:30. Sometimes my book does that too, where it's like it's at noon. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's 3:30. Yeah, I don't know. The books sometimes they I don't know what the hell they be doing. But yeah. Oh, okay. So they said you were glitching. He was glitching. I don't know, something a little bit. Can you say them one more time, brother?
Michigan first half +7.5. Clemson -10.5. Ohio State team total over 25.5, and the Miami Hurricanes first half team total over 20.5. 3 touchdowns first half.
Okay. All right. There we go. Replay it if you ain't hear it. That's the last time you're gonna say it. Sam, what you feeling today?
Gave out the 5 already from the games we talked about. Have 4 other ones. I have Vandy +8 at Auburn. I don't like Auburn. I don't care if they're at Jordan Hare. Vandy's just been a better team than them this year, and I think they can. If they lose, I think it's within a touchdown. There's nothing Auburn's done offensively that makes me believe that they can pull away from Vandy in this one. Clemson -10.5 with Sosa. They've been a different team since losing to Georgia. They're killing everybody, I think, at home. Later today, they're going to take care of business. Oregon -14.5 for the full game. Think they pull away late, even if there is a little bit of a sluggish start with it. Don't trust them to be able to get in any kind of offense going against Oregon's defense, and think Dylan Gabriel is good enough to make some plays late. Will Johnson also probably out, so I think they're going to be able to throw the ball, kind of do whatever they want offensively. And then finally, the best covering team in the country, we're going to ride them until they are not hitting the Indiana Hoosiers -7.5. 8-0 against the spread this year. We're rocking with them.
There we go. I think they're helping this team.
Money.
Come on now. Let's do it. All right. So it's on me. Now, I got to see. Has there Daniel tweeted out any injuries on the Army side or something? Because, I mean, that line, the first half line just dropped from.
Now, you know how many different ways I could take what you just said and make some inappropriate jokes. Think about what you just said.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
I think about what you just said. You just said,
It's 3:30.
yeah, I'm saying that the book that just said that. I don't know why I said 12. What am I saying?
Ooh.
They don't list the injuries for the Army. Are there some injuries for the Army? Yes, actually, them actually. See what I'm saying? You can't.
Yeah,
something's wrong with me, though. My bad.
Yeah. You're not a good person. Anyway, Bryson Daly, who is leading the nation in rushing touchdowns, he's inactive. It looks like Junior Dwayne Coleman is set to make his first career start. I don't give a damn. Support the troops, baby. Army first half. It's at 10.5 right now. I'd take it at 13.5, which is what I got it at, but obviously it's going to be locked. But I like Army. Air Force is dead in the water. They've won one game. I don't think you have to when you're running the triple option, like if you had like a spread offense or air raid offense and your quarterback is out, that's the one thing. But if you're running the triple option, I feel like you can still get to the number. And I really love Army's defense. That's really why I like them today. So give me Army 10.5. That's the number right now. Sneaky spot here. You know, Mac Brown has never beaten Florida State in his entire career. And the Noles are +120 today. I'm taking the Noles. I know people might hate me. I know people might think I'm stupid. But I'm taking the Noles +120. I'm just saying on the money line. I'm just saying. We already went over Ole Miss and Arkansas under 54 points. We already went over Trevor Etienne, 79.5 rushing yards. I do like Georgia spread. I wouldn't, officially recommend it, but I do like them on the spread. I like them first half as well. I just think we killed Florida to get that 4th one in a row and redeem my childhood. I like Mississippi's or Ole Miss's under team total 30.5. They've never scored this against an SEC team all year. Sosa's going first half Miami team total. I'm going full game Miami team total. They've only not covered this spot in 2 games this year. So, and we almost got it last week too. I bet on it last week. I think Duke's defense is way worse than Florida State's. So, give me their team total. I know, Cristobal is going to be out for blood. So
we're on a crash course for Miami Clemson in the ACC championship game, and
Clemson will beat the shit out of them.
That's the first time I've been excited about an ACC championship game in a long time.
I can't wait. Clemson's going to beat the brakes off of them when they see them.
Yeah, I promise you.
When Clemson sees them, They're going to crucify them, nail them to the cross bad. They're going to beat the shit out of them.
Hey, I'm taking this.
I promise you that defense will destroy them.
Yeah.
Miami is fool's gold. Is that all your picks? You done?
No, I got a couple of more. I got a lot.
I didn't want to cut you off because I want to make sure I address two things before we get the fuck out of here.
Okay, for sure. Well, these other two I already said. I got Ohio State -3. I think they're going to win today, and that is it. I got, and I actually took the this one. Dylan Sampson has not hit this number in only 2 games. Kentucky is looking dead in the water, man. I got his rushing yards over 109.5. I know it's crazy, but Dylan Sampson, if Ashton Jeanty wasn't doing the Ashton Jeanty stuff, which he had an off game last night and he had fucking 150 yards rushing. So it's just what he does. But I got Dylan Sampson, his over total in rush yards. So that's it for me. Now, Sosa, you said you wanted to address something?
You're muted.
Yeah, I figured that out. The Colorado Buffaloes haven't won a bowl game since December of 2004.
Jesus Christ. It's 20 fucking years.
Travis Hunter was 5 months old
Jesus.
the last time that they won a bowl game.
Damn.
Just remember when Deion took over this team, it was the worst team in college football. The worst program in college football. This man decided, I'm going to start literally at the bottom, at the worst program. And all you dick riders and haters had to say was, he just brought his son in. He just doing this. Shut the fuck up. This is me finally telling y'all to shut the fuck up about Deion Sanders. Stop fucking talking about him. Because the more you open your mouth and say negative shit, it just makes you look like a jackass. It just makes you look even fucking dumber day by day. Just shut the fuck up. That would be my advice to you. If you have any sort of criticism to Deion Sanders, just shut the fuck up. But before you think to say it, just shut the fuck up. Don't say it. Don't say it. Because he's going to continue to make you look fucking stupid, and it's going to become a thing. All right?
Yeah.
Ranked again, top 25. You know, quarterbacks going top 5, receivers going top 5. They're bowl eligible. They're bowl eligible before Halloween.
They got a path to the Big 12 championship, too.
Where are the dick riders and the haters and the people that had a bunch of stupid, goofy shit to say about them? Where are they at now? I would like to really know. I had to just get that off my chest because a lot of people, they had their chest out talking a lot of shit. He's not going to be able to. He can't, he won't, he this. That's all I fucking heard from a conglomerate of goofy motherfuckers who don't realize that there's only been one greatest of all time ever that we've seen become a head coach in sports, and he's it. He's it. I mean, absolute pinnacle, best ever, best at the craft ever. Only one I've seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean,
but somehow he's gonna have trouble recruiting, he's gonna have trouble winning, he's gonna have trouble doing everything that you said that he would have trouble doing, and he's not having no fucking problems. Number 1 tackle in America. Pull up. Number 1, got the number 1 receiver in high school to pull up to Jackson fucking State. But somehow in the fray of things, because people think he's an arrogant ex-professional athlete and don't see anything beyond that, they just want to dick ride and talk shit. I hope you're happy now because you've motivated a guy who really didn't need any motivation to continue to get better at whatever craft he chooses to get great at. I want to be a great coach. I'm going to be a great coach, and I'm going to win. He said he's going to win. He's winning. Fuck everybody that had something negative to say. That's my rant.
Keep him out of the SEC. I'm terrified for that day.
All right, come on, man. Why the fuck? My thing is, why the fuck would he leave? He ain't got no reason to leave. He has no reason to leave Colorado. He really doesn't. He's getting people to pull up. And listen, anywhere he goes, I don't want to call it a circus. I'm not, because it sounds crazy when you put it like that. But bro, like when you're watching the game and like Kevin Durant, and I'm just dead serious, bro. I'm talking about iconic people who aren't football players or football related, just wanting to be a part of the spectacle of you just being on the sidelines. I don't think people realize, bro, this motherfucker can take the
It's
rock
like Carroll at USC.
It's literally a
but
tour,
more.
bro. It's literally it's a weekly Deion Sanders fucking tour, bro. Wherever he is, it's a tour date, and you don't know who the fuck is pulling up. I'm serious. And listen, this is why it's funny. Social media drives everything now. There's no coach in America who's better at social media than Deion Sanders.
Oh yeah. He's putting their names on the back of their shirts.
Completely locked in, completely tapped into a different to everyone. So yeah, again, I just wanted to make sure I got that clear. Because the apologies are never as loud as the disrespect.
Never. Never.
It's never as loud. So
yeah, I agree.
I think we were all on the right side on this show.
Oh
yeah, because we fucking know ball.
Yeah, and look, they have a real path. I mean, Iowa State is probably going to win out, but they got a real path to the Big 12 championship. They got Texas Tech next week. I think they win that game. I think they beat Utah at the crib. The Kansas game scares me a little bit because what Kansas can do offensively, but I think they can beat them too. And then Oklahoma State, in my opinion, is dead in the water, and they get them at home. So there's a very real possibility they could be playing for a Big 12 championship.
Like I said, man, I'm excited.
So they've already exceeded expectations for the season.
Oh yeah,
like to finish 11th, 11th in the fucking conference, in a new conference, right? With the best quarterback and best receiver, off GP, just off. You know, those two players, the best in America at the position, arguably. Conversation can be had. I like Luther Burden, but has he hurt? I love Luther Burden, but has he helped his stock at all this year? No. I don't think this season has helped his stock at all. Same with T-Mac. I don't think it's helped his season. I don't think it's helped his stock. I think Travis Hunter, people were talking about, oh, T-Mac can do this, Burden can do this. I think Travis Hunter walks away now wide receiver 1.
Yeah. Look, I think
after all this chirping and all this, he's wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
It's Travis Hunter. It's not those other guys.
Come on, man. Look, so thank y'all for watching Win the Day TV, at Pay for Play, at Dumb Brain Picks, at Sosa Picks. We appreciate y'all. We're going to be back for the rest of the season. We will have conference championship week loaded up. We're going to have an expanded playoff, so we'll be there. You get to see more of us this year. So, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate the love, appreciate everything that goes into this, everybody who's willing to help us out and tune in. And yeah, until next week, we'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.